welcome to another episode of
Spoiled.
I am Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and with me today is the lovely
Tiftastic, or you could say Diana Prince, Princess of the Mascara.
Yes.
Did you tell it was me?
No, I thought Gal Gadot was here with blonde hair, actually. Anyways, hey guys, so we are coming to you with another episode because we just got back from seeing Wonder Woman. There she is. All right. So anyways, we are super excited because we've been waiting for this movie. Obviously, if you watch the channel long enough, you know that we're pretty big DC fans
Little bit.
here in this family. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Superman shirt right here, and she's got the full get up for the video. So she went all out for you. Okay, I know it's been a while since we've done an episode, but she went all out for you guys today. All right, so I guess we'll just jump right in because it's been a while since we've done one. Tiffany,
Yes.
how excited were you to see this movie?
I had a hard time controlling my excitement because not only was it DC that was doing the first woman movie, but it kicked butt. They did it justice, and I think they did a fantastic job, and it actually made me like Gal Gadot even that much more, and it made me just enjoy the role of Wonder Woman that much better than I already have.
So I've been pretty excited about this movie. Now, I'll admit, I probably haven't been as excited. Maybe that's because I'm a guy, but I have still been excited for this movie. Look forward to coming out. But Tiffany, you hit on a very important topic, and that is this is the first female-led
Yes.
superhero movie, and that's pretty important.
Yeah, and I think actually with how that they did this movie, they set the bar very high. So anyone else trying to follow suit, Marvel.
You mean like some other comic company that hasn't been able to get a female-led
would have to do a lot because I think DC just hit the ground running. So good job.
Yeah. So let's give a little history to this. So years ago, Joss Whedon was connected to direct a Wonder Woman movie. They could not get it off the ground. It just never happened. And so now here comes along this movie, and you know what I loved about this movie, and this is something we're gonna do a Supergirl recap for the season. Here's what I loved about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a strong, empowered, kick butt, take charge type of woman.
Yes.
And they didn't have to put down men
No, that was awesome.
to make her that way. And I think
She actually kind of built the men up the way she was.
yeah, she was the type of woman that led, and she didn't have to constantly be, dealing, kind of spewing some rhetoric, or some female empowerment, thing, putting down men. She just was kick butt.
She just led.
And the guys followed her because she was a leader and she knew what she was doing.
Yep.
And I think we see that all too often. Though I think Hollywood thinks that to make a female look strong, they have to make men look weak, and that's not the case. We're talking about people here who should be fighting together.
Yeah.
Fighting side by side, and to do that, so Steve Trevor
Yes.
in the movie, Steve Trevor was in the old TV show, and in the old TV show, Tiffany, I don't know if you know much about the old. I mean, everybody knows
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, but when they first started the show, it was set back in World War II, I believe, and then they brought it into present day, but what it was Steve Trevor was back there, and then back there in the war, and then when she came to present day, it was like one of his descendants. It was like his great-great-grandson or something like that, played by the same actor.
Convenient.
So, yeah. So, but Steve Trevor in this movie, and I like Chris Pine, okay? But I love the fact that he wasn't just playing Chris Pine in a movie.
Yes, he actually went above and beyond for this.
Yeah. I mean, what did you think of Chris Pine in this movie?
Well, the last couple of roles that he's played, he does, great, and when he does the rom-coms, and he did, the roles that he did when he was in Star Trek, that was great, but he did a different role that he was believable, and the things that he did in this movie, it just made you just watch and, like, he was a completely different person, but yet he captivated the audience, and it was just you believed everything that he did and everything that he said.
Yeah. So I could appreciate it because he was allowed to be a strong male
He
character.
was still strong in the midst of her being strong.
They didn't make him bumbling
Nope.
or an idiot. You know, I mean, I do like when there's the kind of the romantic twist. Spoiler, sorry. You know, we're not talking about spoilers in this because the movie hasn't really come out yet.
Yeah.
But
Because there's so much we want to say.
but the thing is like when there's a little bit of romance, budding. You know, sure, there's always the awkward,
Yeah.
stuff, and that's fine.
But
they
that's
didn't.
both of them awkward.
Yeah, but that's the thing
Because
is
that's a part of romance.
I know, and that was just so refreshing about this movie that they didn't make him, dumb
Yeah.
or stupid for her to just come in and take over. You know, they were equals, and that was so refreshing for a movie like this. There's some twists, there's some turns along the way, and I called one of the big twists pretty early in the
I
movie.
called one of the things too that was
Yes.
mentioned in some of the lore that was
Yep.
mentioned in the beginning. One thing that I did actually really, really enjoy that doesn't give much away for the movie either is that when they do show Themyscira, I love the fact that when they show the Amazons, that they did a great job of showing them as the big Amazons, the women, without making them look like gigantic and like
Yeah.
overly like where
They
they
were great
looked weird.
warriors.
It was they looked kick butt. Like I would not want to be in the same unless I was on their side. I wouldn't want to be in the same room with them.
For sure.
They were warriors, and you knew that when you saw the way that they fought, and it was just awesome just to just kind of jump in and learn so much about. If you didn't know about Wonder Woman and anything she was about, you do after this movie.
Yeah. Okay. So another thing that I liked, because a lot of people were comparing this movie when it's been in production, they've been comparing it to Captain America, the first Captain America movie, because it's a period piece. This one goes back to World War One. Captain America went back to World War Two, and so people were kind of making some comparisons at first. Saying how are you going to tell that story? I will just
They
say
did a
this.
great job.
I will just say this. It did not come across as Captain America at all.
This
It
was
did
a
not
completely different level.
did not come across as if they were copying Captain America. It was its
No.
own thing. And one of the things that I also love, and maybe you caught on to this, I love the message of heroism
Oh yes,
in this movie and hope.
yes.
Okay?
From
Just
beginning to end.
yeah. Her naivety throughout the movie.
Yes. Was also refreshing because
Because-
you're seeing her to come into her own.
Yeah, and because she doesn't just come on the scene as Wonder Woman.
Here I am.
Yeah, and so because of that, they really got to play with those roles, and she got to learn some things along the way. He learned some things along the way. Those around them learned some things along the way, and
They showed her as, that shows in the previews. It showed her as a kid.
yeah,
So you've got to show how, you come to be who you are.
yeah.
So,
So this movie, it really impressed me, and I loved really the whole thing. And there's just some inspiring moments in this movie, inspiring moments for humanity, really,
Yes.
in this movie. And so I think that DC hit it out of the park
yes.
with this movie finally, and because it's getting great critic reviews, so even the critics are liking this one, and I think it's just you make a great movie, even the haters can't hate it. I don't know.
I have three
Yeah.
words. Watch out, Marvel.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this one, I think if DC can build on this momentum,
Yes.
because I tell you what, once you see Wonder Woman in this movie, I think it's going to change the way that you see Wonder Woman now, and when
Going
you go see
forward.
Justice League.
Yes.
When you go see Justice League, you're going to be brought back to this movie,
Yes.
and it's going to give you backstory on her. It's going to make you kind of understand where she's been, what she's been through, what motivates her, what pushes her, and so this makes me want to see Justice League like right now.
We want our summer, but we need the movies to come.
Oh my
quicker.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
And
So
I love the fact too that they did so great with the cinematography and the way that they slowed things down to show fighting scenes. It just made it just that much more kick butt.
And what's cool too was the whole lasso of truth thing, right? So
They used
so
that just wittingly.
so that could have been cheesy,
It was not.
but it was not. It was done
I
brilliantly,
want one.
and it just looks so cool. Now there's no invisible jet in
Not
this
yet.
movie, not yet, at least. I don't know how you do that, but
There's more movies that can show that.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll see. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I would suggest that you go see this
Yes,
movie.
I need to see it again.
Go see this movie because like I said, it's inspiring, it's smart, it's funny, it's serious when it needs to be serious.
There's also some sad parts, so bring some Kleenex. Tearjerkers at times.
Yeah.
And twists, so keep your mind sharp. See if you can figure it out before it gets to the end.
Yeah, so just great all around. I'm very impressed that in this latest chapter in the DC universe, and I hope that they build off of this
Yes.
and make some more great movies. And we'll see. Come Justice League, Joss Whedon, ironically, is finishing up Justice League now because of what's happened with Zack Snyder losing his daughter, and so again, our thoughts and prayers are with Zack Snyder's family.
But we do appreciate him and his wife stepping down to be with family because that is the best choice to do, and to choose that over a movie is the best option. So
Absolutely,
we
so-
applaud you for that.
Absolutely. So, Tiffany,
Yes.
the moment of truth and justice has arrived. On a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give Wonder Woman?
Lasso of Truth, I give it a 5 because it had everything that I love in a movie, and it kicked butt. It was a woman movie, and I think that they finally brought the story to life. I know in previous reviews I didn't like at first Batman versus Superman that she had the accent, but it's grown on me, and I love the movie. I can't wait to own it. I know it just came out today, but we need to own it.
That's another thing we didn't talk about because, yeah, I had a hard time getting over the accent at first when she was in Batman versus Superman.
Not anymore.
But what I love is everybody has the accent.
It does, and the mascara they had it, and
Yeah.
war scenes people
Yeah.
had one, so it's
Well,
like, you know what?
Well, what I liked about it was on
The mascara.
the mascara.
It's like the mascara.
The mascara. Okay, so but on the island, everybody had the same
Yes.
similar accent that she did, and I love that they did that and didn't make her stand out as being just she talks different.
It was
That
all of
everybody
them,
kind of
so
had
she's not-
yeah.
yeah.
And so I think
It made sense, so it makes it not feel so different. So it makes me feel now, if I can go watch Batman versus Superman a 30th time, that it would mean that I can appreciate her that much more in this movie again.
absolutely.
I loved
so,
her before, but I love her that much more.
So for me, I give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, 5. Just a great movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a smart movie. It's a fun movie. The family will enjoy it. Women will love this movie.
kids love
Men
it.
will love this movie. Again, to make a female-led superhero
Yes.
movie and make it good and not cheesy and just not bad. And when I say that, I don't mean that like just because it's a female-led one, it would have to be cheesy or anything like that. That's not really what I'm saying. I'm just saying
there
there's
were some cheese factors they could have brought because they've done it in the TV show, and they did not do that in the movie.
yeah, like that's we love Supergirl, and like I said, all the things, and I love the show Supergirl. But all the things that bug me about Supergirl that they do to just force feed this idea of she's this empowered woman and girl and whatever, where they have to make men look less than
Or
they
make
are.
Superman not do things because they got to make her look. They didn't have to
That's
do
a
that.
different
for Wonder
review.
Woman.
That's a
I
different
know.
review. I know we could talk about that. But anyways, what I love is everything that I think that show does wrong, this movie did right, and got it right. And so
We love you, Gal Gadot.
yeah, so it's a 5 for me.
Yes,
It's a 5
5
for
for me.
Tiffany. And so we tell you, go see this movie
Now.
as soon as you possibly can.
Because if you don't, we're gonna do a real spoiler, and you're gonna miss out.
Yeah, and you're going to want to watch our spoiler review, and then it's going to be too late, and you can't do anything about that. So, that's a 5 for me. It's a 5 for her. Go watch the movie. We love you guys, and hopefully we get to do some more videos and come back and talk about a couple other movies that are coming out this summer. All right. So for me, Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and along with me,
Tiftastic.
thank you, and we'll see you next time on Spoiled.